Hello everyone, welcome back. Yes, that's right, I'm not dead, and we're back here for my second LP, which you can guess by now is going to be Banjo-Kazooie. Let's get started right away with a pretty long cutscene. But of course, it is the opening cutscene, so you'd expect it to be long. And so here we have a giant statue of a witch's head in the middle of a mountain. And we are taking a cameraman's point of view up to a very spooky door. Oh no, a witch! How original. Oh, and even better, she's a rhyming witch. Ooh, and she has a talking cauldron. I can see this is going to be a great story already. And it actually starts off somewhat like the story of Snow White. She's asking the cauldron who is the prettiest wench. And the cauldron's like, well, sorry, but, you know, you're pretty ugly. And so she finds out that the prettiest girl in all of Spiral Mountain is Banjo's sister Tootie. So guess what happens now? Well, alright, after some arguing with the cauldron, she decides to get her rather retarded looking flying broomstick to follow her down the stairs instead of ride it, and go outside her lair, which is very close to the Banjo family home. It seems quite odd that they would live there. And here we meet another character. This is Goggles. He is a mole. And everybody in this game talks by making differently pitched, like, grunting and phlegm noises and stuff. And of course, there's our main character, Banjo, a very hunky looking bear. And his friend, Kazooie, who for years and years of playing this game and its original sequel, I thought was another male, but in fact Kazooie is a female bird. I believe it is called a Breagle bird. Though don't quote me on that, I don't remember. And the mole points out that, hey, look, the witch is like rampaging all over the place. And she comes and kidnaps Tootie. And the hilarious Looney Tunes Acme style fighting is blowing Banjo's curtains away. And Banjo's just still sleeping away. And so Kazooie yells at him one more time. Oh, and he finally wakes up. So completely oblivious to his sister getting kidnapped. And I don't know why the bird just doesn't leave the backpack and go peck him in the face, but I'm not going to change the story. And so here we finally get to play. And this is our main character. He can't do anything until we talk to Goggles again. And I can now make conversations faster because I'm in control. And so Banjo's just explaining to who he is to Goggles, because this is apparently the first time they're meeting. Banjo, as you can see, is a very nice, courteous person, and Kazooie is rather blunt and mean, but that's the type of personality I like in my birds. And so he's just telling her that Tootie got captured and took her up to her lair, which is going to be where we do almost the entire game. And he'll say we'll need some training, which I really don't think we will, because I've played this game hundreds and hundreds of times. So I'm just going to tell him that we're all ready and not go through the tutorials. And so now we gain the ability to use our basic moves, This attack, which is pretty weak, this attack, which is quite stronger, this attack, which is also quite stronger, and we find our first enemy, a giant oversized carrot. And these are the units of health in this game. They are honeycombs, and now this honeycomb will talk to us and tell us that it is a honeycomb and in fact gives you life. This is one of the tutorial areas. Even though I didn't do the tutorials, it's important to go through here because, hey look, I kill this cauliflower and I get an empty honeycomb. Now empty honeycombs are other objects you can collect in this game, and every time you collect 6 of them you get a whole nother unit of health. Over here is where you would learn this move, and I believe after smashing all 4 of these you will in fact get another empty honeycomb. There's actually 6 in the starting area here, and I'm just going to go through and get all of them before we continue on. There's one up in a tree somewhere. And all these molehills you see around here where your tutorials would have gone on, and you can actually press B to talk to him even if you refuse the tutorials, and he'll do the individual ones. And crap, I've fallen as it's right there. Alright, there we go. This one's up a tree, and I don't know if you have to use the backflip or not to get to it, but I just did. Great, I just got attacked and beaten up by an onion. Here's another one. This area is teaching, I think, just the backflip and the fluttering to elongate your jumps. And there's 2 more. Oh, I can't do that move yet. Yeah, I'm accustomed to not only all the moves of the completed Banjo-Kazooie, but those of Banjo-Tooie also. So I'm finding this quite difficult to play. But another one is all the way over here. You just hop up all these platforms, and if you do it with efficient enough a jump, you can also get over here and get that little trophy. That little trophy is a whole extra life. Every time you lose all your honeycombs, you will die and you'll be reset to the beginning of a level, or if you're out in Spiral Mountain to your house, or if you're in her lair to the beginning of the lair, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we will. And the last one is down here under the water, which you can swim in this game, but you do have an oxygen meter that's just like your honeycombs that you have to watch. That'll come important in a few levels, as it'll be watched quite often. But now that we have, I believe, all of the empty honeycombs in Spiral Mountain, yes we do, after just 4 minutes of playtime, are going to head up towards the lair. We probably won't get to start the very first level yet, or will I probably actually get to go into the lair, but you will get another cutscene, and that will wrap it up with the first video. There's actually a shortcut down there. You can just backflip up here, but I decided to take the long way around Spiral Mountain just to show you the scenery of N64 graphics mountains. And so he asked us if we're finally ready to tackle Grunty and all the nasty bad guys that hide in her lair. And so he tells us to enter the lair. And actually I thought that conversation was longer than that. We aren't going to start the first level, but we are going to get our first main item right through here. Oh no, I'm sorry, there's a cutscene. We might get to it. And this cutscene, they already have Grunty and Tooty in the machines, and here comes another character. His name is Klungo, and he works for Grunty. He is like her main henchman, and all he has to do is hit a switch to make them change prettiness. I don't quite understand how that works. And yeah, they're that close, yet we have like 8 or 10 or something levels to go before we get to her. And that's quite a long time. It's going to take us a long time. But with the last dying seconds here, I will get the first Jiggy. Yes, these are the main collectible items. They are like stars, and Mario is the easiest way to equate them. So yeah, that's the very first one. very first one, and we will be using it for something in the very next video. But we are out of time. Thank you guys for watching.